All right, what up, motherfuckers? Welcome back, ECC. It's another edition of the East County Conference Fantasy Football Matchup Show. This is actually, I think, my third try at this. Again, don't do it when you have three kids at home. Um, they're just running around like crazy animals right now. One's blowing a whistle. One's doing like I don't even know. They're just annoying right now. So, anyways, going right into our matchup, so I can get back to the football game, which is actually going on right now. But I wanted to get it out of the way. We're gonna do my brother's game. Still Charger fan, for whatever reason. Still hasn't changed his name to Swirling in the Bowl. Graham's team versus, the quarterbacks. I'm actually going to give it to Chad right now. He's actually playing Watson, Deshaun versus KC. Graham's got Dalton versus Buffalo. Buffalo's playing really good defense right now. He is at home. He's only had, I think, that one good game, if I'm not mistaken. Watson's had two, and he's a rookie. If he can keep doing what he's doing, shit, I wish I had him in my keeper league. So right now, check, unfortunately, to Chad. Antonio Brown, as I've said every time, whoever's playing, I have to look. Antonio Brown, but he is playing Macklin, so it's obvious. Hopkins, another Watson to Hopkins now. So that's your team's getting stronger, Chad, and I don't like it. Targets all day for Hopkins. Mike Evans right now is not doing anything for you, Graham. He's got 5.6 points in the third quarter, 9 minutes to go. Winston needs to pick it up, maybe hit him a couple of deep passes, or have one series where he hits him like 3 or 4 passes in a row, catches. But you need way more out of that, Evans. But right now, Hopkins, then, just based on production up to this point. Now, Hearns, I guess you had no one else, Chad. Jacksonville wide receivers, I hate, but you had Grandma has Fuller. I'm going to give that to Fuller. Obvious. Gurley, because you have Watson, so he's going to it's going to be counterproductive for you to throw it to him, and he's going to help. That's going to help Graham hurt you. Now, Gurley, running back versus the Duke Johnson Jr. Dude, I never thought my last video I'd be like, Duke Johnson to the rescue would be correct. And it's correct. He's having to help you right now. Gurley is obviously check. Stewart versus Henry. I'm actually going to give it to Stewart, like, by a hair, like, barely. I don't even want to say it, but if Murray's healthy, Murray's going to get the lion's share. Stewart's still going to get more touches than Henry. So he has the potential to get a goal line touchdown more than Henry since Murray is healthy. Walker, though, without Mariota, don't like him. Cook, do like him with, was it EJ Manuel is going to be playing? He's going to have to use his tight end because I don't think he has all his wide receivers back. I can't think if Crabtree is still injured. But Cook's always good for a goal line look. Powell, though, Chad, I like that over Cobb. Barely, again, because there's no guarantee Powell's going to do that again, what he just did. Crosby versus Gostowski, or whatever you want to say. I can never say his fucking name. This is where I was going to give, I think, to Graham anyways, and he's already got 11 points, so he's probably going to end like 15. Great points for a kicker. Houston versus Kansas City, got Alex Smith, Kareem Hunt. Cincinnati versus Buffalo, not as good of an offense there in Buffalo. Tyrod Taylor, the hot rod, whatever, he sucks. Or all their wide receivers suck. So I'm going to give that to Cincinnati. Give that to Graham. So overall, let's see. Oh, shit. 1 second. I think overall I'm going to give it to Chad. He's got just a couple of extra checks. When I looked over last night, barely, though. So Chad's slight edge, just like Yahoo says. 30 points, probably not as much. Graham, you will probably do better than the 149. At least I'm hoping for you. The next one I'm going to do... Let's do my game. Cypher to Cypher. This isn't obvious. I shouldn't even have to do it because I'm going to win. Boner's been playing fucking hard. Can't beat them. They just come strong every week with the 3 running backs. So until I hit my bye weeks, that's when I'll probably start losing again. But So far, he's going to give me a good fight with Palmer versus Rogers. Palmer is loving all those different wide receivers. Jerron Brown, Ellington, who's a running back, but he's loved throwing it to him. Fitzgerald. The other guys are sprinkling in JJ and John. So many J Browns and Brown this over there in Arizona. But Rogers, consistent so far all year. Even though Devontae, I don't even know is playing because he's hurt probably with a concussion. I think he has enough firepower to where I'm going to still give it to Rodgers. Cooks right now has got 12 points. Not doing what I still want. Brady throws it to too many other players. I hate it. Diggs, I'm going to give it to Diggs. Even though, was it Keenum still playing quarterback? It's still Diggs probably. Fitzgerald over Jeffrey. Palmer to Fitzgerald. That's going to hurt you. Matthews on my third wide receiver because of my trade. I'm going to use him and probably Sanders most likely in the following coming up weeks. Garcon. Since Mariota's probably out, I'm going to give it to Garcon, even though I hate Hoyer. I hate all the 49er wide receivers. That's why I only like Hyde, who I have, because they just have to run the ball to win. Bell over Gordon. Gordon's got a knee, I think, issue, and I hate the Chargers right now because they suck and they left. And the more and more I think about it, since LT's got in the Hall of Fame, that's all I really loved about the Chargers. Like, he's my favorite player. I don't know. I might just be fantasy football only. Ertz, who's my new addition, which I think was a fair trade. Haven't heard anything from any of you guys. Which I shouldn't, because again it was a fair trade. The Graham that he has, Jimmy Graham, though, I don't think he's done really anything this year yet. Ertz has been consistent for Wentz, which is what I need, which is why I traded for him. If he starts to slack off or get hurt, then it's like, fuck, can't play Witten, I'm gonna be screwed. Now, right now I'm gonna give it to Ertz because he's my newest player and I want him to do good. So it's like Will. Hyde over Ellington just because of the touches, even though he's got that hurt hip, still better I think with the touches. Tucker versus Prater. Baltimore's offense sucks, but he's always got a chance now for a 75-yard field goal attempt. So Tucker over Prater right now, even though Prater's indoors. Seattle, 2 touchdowns last week, coming on strong, 30-some points, top 3 last week in overalls for defense. Versus the Rams, who have Gurley, who's scary. Arizona playing against Philly. You know, Survivor thinks Philly's going to win. For some reason, they don't like Arizona this week playing in Philly. Palmer always is prone to throw interceptions as well. Their defense is pretty fast. So I'm going to actually give it, though, to Seattle, even though it looked like I was going to give it. I can't give it to Arizona because it's talking about Philly. So, yeah, Seattle. Seattle's obviously. So, overall, again, for your boners, taking it to the tater salad. Do love me some tater salad, though. It's pretty good. What was I going to give game of the week to? Definitely not Chad. Definitely not me. And it ain't going to be championship, so we'll do him next. So that leaves us with a... who's left? This one you're not going to like, Eric. I looked it over last night. I had more marks to D's nuts. His nuts just are stronger this week against your championship team. Overall, at least I think. At least I'm hoping, because I need you to lose some more, so I have an extra game pad. Let's see, Alex Smith versus Wentz. Smith has been doing way better this year than ever before. I think he's going to come down to earth, though. Away in Houston, I just have this feeling he's not going to do as good, or it's going to be a hunt show. So Wentz all day on this one for so far. And Hill, you needed Smith to do good for Hill to do good. So Allen, obviously. Allen, though, was going to be a pick either way. My pick either way. With his Rivers just throws to Allen at least 10 times a game, or loves looking that way. Baldwin on the nut side still beats your Thielen. Russell Wilson loves Baldwin. Groin injury indicator is gone, like his injury, question mark's gone. So as long as it holds up, Baldwin, he's good for catches and sometimes low yards, but he's going to get enough catches to get that PPR, strong play. Thielen, though, not bad. I just don't like Keenum. Williams, you're going to get that one there, Eric, over Lee. Lee, don't like Jacksonville wide receivers. Bortles could suck any game, any day of the week. Sorry, any Sunday of the week. Montgomery, flak jacket plan with. They're going to limit him. You have no one else already looked, so you have to play him. McCoy, going to play McCoy. Going to give it to him. Yep, check. Elliott, going to give you that over Lynch. Lynch, I still don't like because he hasn't really done anything, and you would think they're going to have to use him more because Carr's now injured. But yeah, Elliott all day. Bennett, slow, the slug, Bennett. For some reason, Rodgers is not. Look at him in the red zone or the goal line or end zone like I thought. Because I have him in my keeper league, and he's sucking for me. Brait sucking though too for you tonight. He's got the 2.6 points third quarter, so he might get another catch. But Winston's not doing anything tonight, so yeah, Bennett. He has at least chance to get 3 points. Murray is going to be my pick over Benjamin, even though Benjamin can get that 40-yard hit from Rivers and kind of get right back up to Murray's points. Murray's a running back, so I'm going to give it to just for the touches alone, the carry points. This one's easy. Bailey for you, nuts, because you're playing someone. I know Eric does not like playing kickers against you. He thinks he can beat you without him, so it's hilarious. Watch, it's going to come back to this is the game, Eric, where it's going to hurt you to not play a kicker. So I'm going to wait and see if you put one in on Sunday or by Sunday. This is the game I feel, though, you're going to lose because of your kicker. Kansas City is, though, going to do good with Houston, but not as good as you hope. That Watson, Randall Watson, his cousin Deshaun is pretty good. New England sucks, but they got 14 points against Tampa. Tampa just needs to get one more touchdown though or score, and it's going to go down. They're not going to get like sacks and interceptions. I dropped them in my keeper league because for that reason they suck. They're like the worst defense in the league right now. This leaves us 2 games. And I can't give it to Wolverines Nomad, the 9 versus 7. So that leaves, obvious, you know who you are. So we'll talk to you about your game last. So Wolverines, Red Dawn, Patrick Swayze, C. Thomas Howell, Emilio. Was he in that one again? Yeah. I don't know, remember. A whole bunch of people. But facing Nomads, the Wanderers, likes to travel, doesn't like to stay put in one place. This one's hard. Wolverines, you're actually playing above your projection right now. This was also one of those counterproductive each way, like because Brady is the quarterback for Nomads, and he's probably hating throwing to White right now because that's who you have, Charlie. So your points are going up. You almost have as much as Brady with White, which is crazy right now. This is why you have a chance this week again. I didn't even think about it. Brady, though, is better than Eli, so he's got the check there, the angle. AJ and Dez are really close, but I didn't like Dalton this week against Buffalo's D. I think they're going to shut him down. Green Bay and Cowboys are going to have to shoot it out, those 30-some-odd point each game. So Bryant, going to get targets, going to give you that one right there. Landry versus Watkins. Goff has actually stopped looking at Watkins for whatever reason. I don't know why. He's pretty good, a little fast dude. Landry, though, Cutler's still looking at him more than Watkins, so unfortunately Landry. Hilton, though, T.Y., definitely over Curse. Don't like the Jets wide receivers. Hilton versus San Francisco's defense, they're one of the worst secondaries as well, so he should get points this week. Should be one of those other good games you just had against whatever, like 2 weeks ago with him. Lamar Miller, Mixon, the rookie against Buffalo. This is where you're going to be hurting too, because Mixon's going to face a strong defense. Miller's coming on strong, but facing also a strong defense. I think Miller's doing better because of Watson. So just because he's a vet and because Giovanni and Hill, there's still more chance to get touches, even though Mixon's getting way more with this offensive coordinator. I'm going to give it to Miller. McCaffrey over Abdullah. No, Abdullah came out really good last week. He surprised me. As long as he gets that same amount of touches, Abdullah Hopefully another touchdown, because also have him in my keeper league. I want him to do good for you. Clay. I love Clay over Ebron. Tyrod just loves Clay. He's his number one look, just all day to Clay. So good thing you went that route over Hunter Henry. Lacey. I have a feeling Rawls is actually going to get more looks for some reason, because Carroll loves to confuse us in fantasy. He loves to talk about one player and let everybody else project something. It's that all like, look over here, look over here, look over here. Just like that. So at this point, White with the 14 points is probably going to get a couple more touches. So White over Lacey. Folk, 1 point right now. So Vinatieri all day, easy, because Folk's sucking right now. Or the Bucks are. Pittsburgh defense versus Jacks. They're going against Bortles. Minnesota gets that new Travinsky. They're finally playing the rookie in Chicago. These both defenses I would love to play. Both of them are good. Pittsburgh has been really consistent. Minnesota actually let the Detroit Lions beat them last week with a low score. I have a feeling Bortles sucks again, and I think Fournette's injury, that ankle or foot, which is what he's always been prone to have in college, I think I'm going to give it to Pittsburgh. Somehow I think Fournette's going to get hurt a little bit or stay out a little bit more. Ivory sucks, whoever their backup still is. Overall, though, nomads, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately for you, Brian, but for you, Charlie. So game of the week. Orgasm versus the Blaze. The 2 versus 6 seed right now, but Blaze is actually just as good as like the second seeds, like his overall record. I mean, we're only like a game off or something, and point wise, strong team. So game of the week, because Robbie's team is also playing good, or he's getting the right matchups. I mean, he had that lucky game last week, the lucky win, at least in my eyes. Right now, this one's a little bit hard. I was going to go Winston last night, but because Winston is not doing anything, again, love watching or doing this on Thursday Night Football. Stafford, I'm going to give it to Stafford right now. Even though Carolina's defense is pretty good, he's playing at home and he has a chance to spread it around and slight edge over Winston, because he only has 7 points right now going into the fourth. Nelson, Jordy, definitely over Golden Tate. That's obvious. Beckham dislocated his finger, I think, last week, but he jammed it back in. That ankle could go out any time, but definitely Beckham all day over Devontae Parker. I'm pretty much going to give the wide receiver picks to you every week, Eric, I think, whoever you're playing, because I love your wide receivers. Hogan, again, 19 points so far for you. Touchdown already, I know earlier. I think priority's another one. Deshaun Jackson, your new player, Robbie, is not doing as good as he could, unfortunately, but that's not that's not a deterrent. Don't be worried. Just that New England's playing good tonight. Actually, you know what? Speak of the devil. He's heard me and he just got you another point. So you now have 3.2. But Chris Hogan, as long as he keeps doing this, and he's going to get picked. This is where Gore versus Crowell. Oh, God. I hate that you have to play this running back, Robbie. 7 points last week. His high of the season was that first game, and you've been just probably hoping ever since then you were going to get another 19 points out of him. Probably it's not going to happen because Duke Johnson is getting those catches for Cleveland, and Crowell's just going in, and they're always behind, so they can't run the ball. So you're going to want to try to look to play someone else there when you can. To be honest, you should look at Blunt. He had a freaking monster game last week. He's doing just as good as Crowell. 3 games he's outscored Crowell compared to Crowell's 1 game that he outscored him. Go and look at those numbers. The numbers speak for themselves, dude. Blunt should be in there. Now, even if you put Blunt in, I would give you it over Gore. So right now, Gore, though, has got you over Crowell. So Murray, Latavius, is not 100%. Jordan Howard, probably not either. But Jordan Howard, number 1 draft pick. So he's going to get that. Hunter Henry, who has to be a fill-in because Gronk's out, who's really hurting you tonight, Big Blaze. But not as bad as I thought because Hogan's picking up the slack for you. Kelsey, though, definitely better than Henry. So I'm going to get out to Rob. So Jordan and Kelsey right there back to back. Doug Martin, this is going to help you more than I was hoping. Damn, he's got 21 points already. Third quarter going into the fourth. Touchdown tonight. He looked good on that. He had that crazy cut. Got into the end zone. Fournette, like I said, I feel might be a little hurt and he might get hurt again, and they might take him a little easy this week, but he's really good. I'm going to have to give it to Doug, though, right now, because guaranteed 21 and probably is going to end at least with 25. Zerline, Greg the Leg, Legatron, Walsh. I'm going to give it to Legatron. 27 points last week with a kicker in a standard Yahoo League. So I didn't even look what he got in ours. That'd be awesome to see what he did. Let's see what that guy did. Legatron did, let's see, historic 7-yard. Yeah, no, 27 in all leagues. I guess I gave the scoring standard, I guess. Carolina. Detroit Stafford. Philadelphia against Palmer. Eric, you've got the defense. He's got the quarterback. Stafford sucks. Carolina's going to do a lot better. It's going to sway the ways in your favor. It's going to count. So Stafford is good. Carolina's going to suck. That's where it's going to weigh back on this to Robbie's side. I'm going to give it to Philadelphia's defense because I have a feeling they have a better chance at the sacks and interceptions, safeties, like those miscellaneous points. This one is really hard. I think last night I was giving it to Robbie, but until you put Blunt in, Big Blaze. I'm going to give it to Eric, especially if this happens and if Winston gets like another touchdown, pretty much guaranteed even with Blunt in, but you have a chance, Rob, to have it sway back in your favor. At this point in time, Big Blaze, game of the week. So, with that said, we got our winners. Fear. We got Big Blaze. We got Andy with D's Nuts. We got Nomads, and we got still a Charger fan, my brother. We'll see if that actually works. If it turns out the way I predicted, last week, 4 out of 5, pretty good. All right, I'm going to go finish the fourth quarter. Have a few, drinks, maybe a few cocktails. Definitely a few bowls of cereal. But in any case, good night, ECC.